people of Israel are standing at the edge of a massive river. It is the Jordan. The water flows powerfully, at times turbulent, yet occasionally calming into a gentle shimmer as it reflects the silver rays of the sun. Look across the river. There, stretching toward the horizon, is a vast land they have yearned for throughout 40 years of wandering. You can see lush green hills rising in gentle curves and thick forests of ancient, majestic trees. It is a land of abundance, a land that promises peace and a home for a weary people. This is the land God promised to their forefathers centuries ago. To Abraham, the father of faith, God declared, "To your offspring, I will give this land." That promise was passed to Isaac, then to Jacob. Hundreds of years have rolled by, but the faithfulness of God's word has never dimmed for a single moment. Now, that promise is on the very brink of fulfillment. The Israelites stand by the riverbank, holding their breaths as they gaze at their inheritance. Their faces are a tapestry of emotions, overwhelming excitement for a new life, and a quiet, lingering tension, a question hidden in their hearts. Can we truly become the masters of that land? Is that truly the land flowing with milk and honey? Someone whispers, "Are we really going to cross this river and enter that place?" After 40 years in the wilderness, we are finally here. They speak in hushed tones, as if a loud voice might shatter this beautiful, long-awaited dream. A new history is about to be written. At that moment, an old man steps forward. It is Moses, the man who led them out of Egyptian slavery, through the divided Red Sea, and across the barren wilderness for 4 decades. Moses is now very old. The scriptures record his age as 120 years. He carries the weight of a century's wisdom and the solemnity of a lifetime spent in the presence of God. But the Bible tells us something extraordinary about him, even at 120. His eyes were not weak, and his vitality had not left him. His gaze remains sharp as he looks toward the horizon, and his steps are firm as he approaches his people. God has sustained him to the very end. However, Moses knows something no one else fully feels. He will not cross the Jordan. Because of the incident at Kadesh-barnea, he may see the promised land with his eyes, but he will never set foot upon its soil. Humanly speaking, he might have felt bitter or resentful. Yet, Moses does not complain. Instead, like a father gathering his children before a long journey, he turns to the people he has loved and guided to give them his final, most vital charge. Moses turns to the assembly. He speaks slowly, his voice saturated with urgency and love. "Israel, listen to my voice." Suddenly, the bustling camp falls silent. Hundreds of thousands of eyes fixate on the lips of their leader. Moses raises his hand, pointing toward the opposite bank. "Soon, you will cross this river. You will enter the new land the Lord has promised you. It will be entirely different from the dry, sun-scorched wilderness we have known. You will finally fold up your tents and build permanent houses of stone and timber. You will establish orderly towns and enjoy a peaceful, settled life. In the wilderness, you waited every morning for manna to fall from heaven. But in that land, you will sow seeds in your own fields. You will see the crops grow under the seasonal rains, and at harvest time, you will gather golden grain. Your flocks and herds will multiply in green pastures." The eyes of the people sparkle. They smile as they imagine the abundance awaiting them. Moses smiles back kindly, but then his expression turns grave. His voice drops an octave, carrying the weight of a life or death warning. "But hear me carefully. When you are full, when everything becomes comfortable and secure, there is one thing you must never, ever forget. Do not forget the Lord your God." Moses cries out, his voice echoing against the canyon walls. The land you are entering is a good land. It is a land with streams and pools of water, with springs flowing in the valleys. It is a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey. You will eat bread without scarcity and lack nothing. But listen to me, when you have eaten and are satisfied, when you build fine houses and settle down, and when your silver and gold increase, watch yourselves. Do not let your heart become proud. Do not say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. It was not your strength. Remember the Lord your God, who fed you in the wilderness where there was no food, who kept your sandals from wearing out and your feet from swelling for 40 years. It is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth to confirm His covenant. Moses gazes across the Jordan once more. There are other nations already living in that land. They build tall walls and boast of their might, but they do not know the Lord. They bow before stones and call wooden idols their gods. Do not follow them. Do not walk in their ways. You are a holy people, a treasured possession chosen out of all the nations on earth. Did God choose you because you were more numerous than others? No. Did He choose you because you were more righteous or stronger? No, He chose you simply because He loves you, and because He is faithful to the oath He swore to your ancestors. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is your God today. It is His faithfulness that has brought you to these banks. Moses pauses, taking a deep breath. Then, he proclaims the heart of his entire message, the declaration that would become known to history as the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. Keep these commandments that I give you today in your hearts. Do not keep them to yourself. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Make the love of God the very atmosphere of your lives. Parents instinctively reach out and grip the hands of their children. The children look up at Moses, seeing the fire in his eyes and the love in his smile. The Jordan continues to flow. Soon, the people of Israel will step into its waters and begin a new chapter. But as they stand on the threshold of the promise, this love letter from Moses, the book of Deuteronomy, will be their guide. Will Israel remember the Lord when they are full and satisfied? What other stories will Moses share before he says his final goodbye? The epic of obedience and the journey into the heart of God's law begins now.